Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to clear the energy, please and thank you. Clear the noggin, please and thank you. Clear the third eye. Yeah, let's clear some of that. Let's clear the decks. Let's clear the decks, folks. Let's clear the decks. We got to clear some energy. It's intense energy. It is really intense energy. It's going to be intense this whole year. So, like, if you're getting bored of hearing me say it's intense energy, I can tell you I'm bored of saying it. Let's hop over. Yes, here I am. There I am. Hello, 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 Jessica. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, intense energy. So, before I begin today's oracle read, let it be known I did what I'm going to start doing, at least if I can remember to do, which is to pull a teaser. I'm going to hop back over here into the OBS settings. And the teaser is from my bitch slaps from the Yeah, that. And Mercury's not even in retrograde, and I'm still yes. But it's that kind of a vibe, so it's okay. I pulled from the bitch slaps from the universe oracle deck, because that's what it's like. The universe is like, you're not getting the message, and you're like, okay, I'm getting it. Yeah, no, if we're not getting it, it's coming in hard and heavy and hitting us over the head with a giant cast iron skillet. The more you try to force it, the harder it fucking gets. Release, allow, just fucking trust. So that was the teaser card that I pulled in a little 4-minute TikTok video. And trust is definitely been the theme as of late. I'm going to get more into this and more into the rest of the cards. But before I do, a few announcements. Okay, so number one, you're going to notice there in the chat, we have a buy me a cup of tea if you so like my oracle reads and want to contribute to my channel so that I can continue doing these reads for you. I also have a donated oracle deck. If you fancy, I'm getting bored of her decks and I want to see something different. I want to see Monsters of the Universe deck. I don't know. There's a million decks out there, and I have an oracle deck wish list on Amazon there, and if you're thinking these decks are getting a little bit boring, it's always fun to have new decks. I have a couple of my new decks in today's read, and I'm still working my way around another deck that was gifted to me, which is very great, which is the Fairies Oracle, which hasn't come out yet in today's, but it might later. Who knows? Maybe when you ask a question, you could say, hey, I want to know what the fairies have to say, and I'll pull from that deck because I'm just learning it. So there's announcement number one. Announcement number two, other ways to support me and my channel and all of the videos that I provide free for you is to become a member of my channel. That's now a thing. And I highly recommend that if you are going to become a member, you become a shadow worker because, we're not afraid to go into the shadows. And what I'm going to start doing is private viewings, private lives for my members, which is going to include some oracle as well as some light language healings, which is just for the private peoples. I'm not doing that on YouTube in any other setting. It's for the private, privacy, a nice container. I need to create a nice container. So if you would like to join the nice container and be a privy to some light language healing, some distance healing, some Reiki, some channeling, some oracle, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, we're going to be making it up as we go along as Spirit directs, then please hop on and join the YouTube as a member. Number 3 announcement. Wednesday, we have our Spiritual Warriors support group Zoom meeting. Say that 10 times fast. Ha ha! I would like to see you there, if I haven't already. we would like to see you there. So get in touch with me and say, hey, I would like to test this Zoom meeting that you host weekly and see what it's like. I want to know what the vibe's like. It's absolutely free, your first meeting. After that, I kindly request a donation of $11.11 for my time, my expertise, and everything else that I am providing within that space for us. Number 4, I recently had a suggestion from one of our viewers that's like, hey, what happened to that whole book club thing with like A Course of Miracles? And I was like, well, unfortunately, that individual wanted to pull out of that project. And so out of my respect for them, I pulled them all off of the YouTube. So they're no longer available on YouTube. So if you are interested in participating in a book club in some way or shape or form, it doesn't need to be the way that it was. It doesn't need to be online. Maybe it's a private meeting. I'd love to hear from you and hear your ideas and hear your interest. You know, yeah, I really would be interested in that. How could we go about doing something? Let me know. If there is enough interest, I will create yet again a new format for A Course of Miracles book club, which then, of course, can turn into a book club of any number of other books. But that was asked recently, so there you go, announcement for that. Number 5 announcement is a request. If anyone out there happens to know anything about Shopify and or dropship shipping and would like to work with me to help me set that up, please get in touch with me. Send me off an email to justbebeing@gmail.com or DM me over there on Facebook and say, yeah, that's a piece of piss. I can do that, no problem. How can I help you out? And then let's work together to collaborate and create the U movements, get the shop up and running. It's time. I got the projects and the products in here, but I need the person that's got the expertise to like programming. Okay, it's not my jam. I start reading instructions and my autistic brain goes So I'm going to trust the process that Spirit's going to provide me who I need, when I need, to help create even more of what the U movement is turning into. So let's go back into this, okay? Let's go back into trusting the process, because listen, we've been hearing that for a while now. And it's a very difficult thing to trust the process, especially for those of us like myself and like yourself. Because if you're following me, I guarantee you're like, man, I got lots of trauma in this brain. I got the CPTSD. I got the PTSD. I got the... Yeah. And when you got all that going down, trust is a very difficult thing. Why? Why is that? Okay. So I want you to picture like a triangle, right? And so the triangle goes up like this. And this side, you've got a line of energy that goes and connects to the mama energy. And this side, you got a line of energy that goes up to the dada energy. Now, if the mama energy, we got some mama wounds happening, then it's like, we're just going to cut that cord and make there to be a disconnect happening. You know, somebody comes along, oh, my fancy scissors are gone. Somebody comes along and cuts that line. And then so we're like, trust. Okay, so trusting on the mama line means, oh, I trust that the universe is going to be a nurturing place. I trust that the world is going to provide for me all the like love and nurturance and love and care and compassion and feelings that I need to grow, develop, and thrive. But if we have that cut, it's like I'm trying to trust. Right? And then over here, we got the daddy wounds happening. So happy Father's Day to all the good daddies out there that are doing wonderful things like protecting their children kudos to you. I'm giving a kudos to the protectors out there. I love you guys. And yes, I'm very grateful for you. But for those of us that maybe had a bit of a weak father, who was not in his masculine energy to the full of extent because of his own trauma, this energy was disconnected as well. So we're not plugged in. It's like, so feeling that we are safe, we are protected, we will be like in us that safe container. You know, it's like, so some of us are walking around with these like weak, limp, little energetic like ties that aren't like plugged into anything. So to trust the universe means connecting up and re-plugging in and healing the mama wounds, the father wounds, so that we're connected in to the divine. And we're like, yes, I trust the universe. I trust God. I trust. I got the faith, man. I'm full of the faith, right? So we have to heal these lines that are like this when we got the trauma, right? And this is why we do the shadow work. This is why we go in to the inner child. This is why we do all of that stuff. So we can begin to repair these lines so that there can be a flow of energy again, connecting us into the divine, plugging us into like Mama Earth energy. I am held, plugging us into the divine Father, however you look at that, as like God, the universe, the creator, as in like, I am plugged in. I can trust. I got the power, you know, because we are one in this energetic system that is connected to the mother that holds and the father that protects. And we are like in between going like, wee, this is a ride. But when you got all the PTSD and the CPTSD and the trauma, you're like, this ride sucks, man. I don't like this ride. This ride is bumpy. How the hell do I trust, you know? And so the process of releasing is releasing the trauma so that we can actually reconnect. So there's a reconnection in the release. There is a feeling of supportiveness in the allowing. I can allow you to do this. That's what allowing is. It's being able to sit back and go, it's okay. This is out of my hands. This is out of my control. I got nothing that I can like give to this situation right now. I'm giving it up to God. I'm giving it up to the source. I'm giving it up to the universe. Listen, guide me, lead me, protect me, take me where I need to go. I gotta learn to trust the process. Didn't say it was going to be an easy job. It might just well feel like getting hit over the head with that cast iron skillet. And it's okay. It's a process. So we're just going to fucking trust one step at a time. One step at a time. Hello, Yvonne. Welcome. Let's pull one more bitch slap. Why not? Okay, another bitch slap from the universe, because if we're going to get it from this side, we might as well get it from the other, and then we have a little bit of balance, okay? Balance, that reminds me. So I had a funny situation happen to me today. I suppose funny, odd, not funny, haha. But most of an awakening is funny, odd, not funny, haha. There's not too much laughter that happens. But I was out gardening today, trying to ground a little bit of this grief that I'm processing through at the present moment in time. And one of my absolute favorite rings broke in half. So I wanted to share this with you because talking about balance. So this ring to me represented my divine masculine and divine feminine energy. And you can see why. Because when it like came together, it was like obviously kind of like an interpretation of a yin-yang. Masculine energy, feminine energy. It broke perfectly in half. Okay? The masculine and the feminine broke perfectly in half. And I was like, okay, this is symbolic. This has a meaning. This is all about breaking the cycles of toxic connection to the masculine and the feminine within us. That's what this is. And I was like, Do, do, do. That's like funky. That's like seriously funky. So right now, we are breaking. We are literally breaking how we have interrelated masculine and feminine energies within us and within each other. And I am being tested to the max to look at some of those masculine energies, the protector, and stepping into that energy myself, because some situations have come up to trigger, as they do. Trigger, to say, hey, wait a second here. Am I in my divine masculine energy here, or am I in some toxic, weak energy here? You know, toxic masculine energy is weak. A divine masculine energy is strong. It says, no. I'm not tolerating this for myself anymore. I can stand up and I can communicate, and this is not acceptable. Now, I wasn't raised with that kind of energy, so it's a new energy that we're being asked to move into, which is about balancing, which is where I started from, balancing the feminine and the masculine within us, so that within us, you know, I'm able to protect my feminine and say, you know, that's not going to work anymore, you know? So if we're getting hurt in situations, or we're hurting ourselves in situations, and we're repeating cycles, we're breaking that now. That's what's happening. Cycles be breaking. Lovely, lovely. Okay, we got some abundance. Okay, who wants some abundance? Hands up. I do. Me too, please. Abundance is all around you and within you, all at the same time. The only thing stopping you from receiving it is your own fucking belief that it is something that you need to raise your vibes for in order to receive. Very interesting, because I just did 2 videos on manifestation and calling out the bullshittery that is high vibes only. No, false positivity does not make you more magnetic. What makes you magnetic is being in alignment, being in balance, being in truth. So be careful about false positivity. It's already fucking there. The abundance, it's all around us at all times. Like the air that you're breathing. Let's just take one quick moment to observe how much air there is in the room that you are in. Are you going to run out of it? Is there a plethora of air? Is there any fear of the air being like deprived of you? No? There is an example of abundance. So when we get into the appreciation of, oh my God, look at how much fucking air there is. Oh my God, God is providing with me so much of what I need. I am so grateful for all this air. This is so wonderful, this air. And you can do that same trick, okay? So if you're trying to create greater abundance in your life, you can do that same trick anywhere. You can go out and look at the water. Look at the abundance of ripples. Look at all of that water. Look at the ocean. Oh my God, it's huge. Look at the trees. Look at how many leaves are on that tree. Look at how many bugs are flying around on the grass. So start plugging in. Let me know if that lawnmower is too loud. I might have to get up and shut the doors. Sorry. Yes, there's an abundance of noise in my neighborhood as well. Take a deep breath. You are the fucking abundance. I like that. Okay, I'm shutting that window because it's annoying me. There we go. Yes. So yes, the more we see how we are connected to the abundance that is all around us, the more we cultivate a greater degree of abundance. So observe the things that are growing, that are many all around you, and plug into that because it's pulling us out of lack consciousness. I don't have enough. I'm not going to survive. There's an abundance of gravity. Yes, I feel connected to the earth. There is an abundance of gravity. You do have no fear of lacking gravity, of being all of a sudden just lifting up and flying off to the universe. So the more we connect into the absolutes, the more we're like, oh, wow, yeah, there is actually a lot of abundance. And I can pull this stuff into me. It's good. I'm going to see more and more and more of it. More and more and more. It's the lack consciousness, it's the fear that I'm going to run out. I'm not going to be able to survive. I'm not going to be... And listen, on an awakening journey, you're going to be forced to feel all those fears. So it's not about false positivity or false sense of abundance and bypassing into like a faux abundant state. I am really rich right now. Yes, I am, even though I'm in so much debt. You know, like, no. You got to still be a certain degree of realisticness. You can't be away with the fairies as much as I would like to be. I would love to be away with the fairies because I am a fairy. Next up, let's hop into the Twin Flame Ascension Oracle. The Take Me Home Oracle. Take me home. Yes, please, please, please. Oh, 2 came out. Okay, we're doing things in 2s today. I like that. And first up is card number 1111. I like it. 1111. And we have Welcome Home. Woo, woo. That is good. Welcome home. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. We're already doing it. We are already in mission. You are already a divine being. Look, okay? So we've got swan imagery coming in with like the crown on, divine, welcome home. You're doing it. Whatever it is you're doing, even if it's lying in a ball crying or feeling like a big pile of yuck, you're doing it. That's part of the doing it. That's part of the mission. The part of the mission is whatever it is that you're doing. So whatever it is that you're doing is the mission. The mission isn't, you see, our egoic mind thinks the mission is having 2.5 million followers and $80,000 in the savings account and driving the fancy Tesla and this, that, and the other. Then I'll be mission accomplished. Those are all ego. No. Your soul's mission is to go through its own purification process, to wake up and remember who we are and step into our soul's purpose. And soul's purpose is not going to necessarily look, in fact, it's unlikely gonna look anything like the constructs of the normal 3D matrix situation. It's gonna look all kinds of different. And I even like this because like swan imagery, you remember that story from when we were kids of the ugly duckling? And the ugly duckling felt like I don't fit in anywhere and nobody loves me and I look different than all the other ducks. And why can't I be like other people? And why can't I do what other people do? It's because you're a goddamn swan. You're not a duck. Okay? You're never going to be a duck. You don't quack like a duck because you're not a duck. Okay? You're a swan. You've always been a swan. Only when you were a swan, you were like all kind of awkward and big and had some gray feathers and it didn't look like everybody else. That's because you weren't supposed to, okay? You were supposed to step into this divine role and now we're just kind of reminding ourselves of who we actually are. Oh, I'm not a duck. Yes, you're a zebra swan. I love it. Hello and welcome. Our next card up is 4-4. Twin Flame Facilitator. Expansive growth. Okay, so here's this card here. And interesting because I was talking about triangles already. So we've got some sacred geometry coming in with triangles. And we've got a lot of energy and swirling things of expansive growth. So if you find yourself on the twin flame journey, what is happening is you are having an accelerated awakening. Your awakening is an awakening on speed. You're not having what other people's awakenings are. You're a swan. You're not having a duck awakening. You're having a swan awakening, and it's fast and it's intense. And it's like, oh my God, what is happening? I'm spinning. Ah! You know, all this energy that's like circling around here. I'm reminded of that movie, Contact. Did you see that movie with Jodie Foster? Absolutely. I love that movie with Jodie Foster. And she gets into this like device and she's like going to be transported into another dimension. And she's strapped into a chair and she's like, I'm good to go. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. And she's like shaking and the whole thing's shaking and the chair is shaking and everything's shaking. And she's like, if I just take my seatbelt off and allow myself to float. So we go back to where we started from. Allow. Then all of a sudden, all that like calmed down and she was transported through all these multi-dimensional places into a much more calm, it was much calmer when she took away all the safeties of like, I'm so scared. These are all my safety protocols. So we have all these millions of safety protocols that we have established. Our ego has established for us throughout our lives because of all the complex traumatic stress disorder and the PTSD and everything else and this, I'm going to hold on to this. This is my caffeine because it gets me going and I'm going to hold on to this and this is my, pharmaceuticals and I'm going to hold on to this way of thinking and I'm going to hold, so all these like seat belts and chairs that have been holding us steady have worked for us all this time and then boom, you're in the pod and you're on the twin flame journey and you're like shaking and you're morphing and you're bouncing and spirit is saying, get out of the seat. Let go of all the safeties. Let go of all of the things that you used to hold on to because they used to provide you with safety. And trust the process. Oh my God. Trust the process. Are you kidding me? It's bouncy in here. But no, we're like warriors, just like Jodie Foster, and we're going to be like, whoa, I'm okay now. Everything's okay. Can you hear me? I'm going through a wormhole. Oh my God, quantum leap, conscious evolution happening. I know things now that I never knew before. Whoa, I'm going through another wormhole. But it's okay because I've let go of the safeties as I'm going through these massive transformations and this huge amount of exponential growth that's happening. But interestingly enough, in that movie, she went and she saw her father in another dimension. She was like having this like little chit chat with her dad. So maybe we got some daddy conversations to be having right now here on Father's Day. And that doesn't mean like actually if your father's here or not is irrelevant. Sit down and write a letter. Sit down and have a conversation. Get somebody to hold space for you and say, could you be my father while I have this conversation? Sure, okay. Dad, you suck. Like, why the fuck didn't you protect me? Where were you? Why didn't you do this? Get it out. Go through what you need to do to purge, to purify, to release. You were supposed to protect me and you failed at your job. And like, come on. Release, release, release. All of that frenetic energy that's around us, that's helping us transform and morph into the divine being that we are, needs to be released. Needs to be released, okay? And that's going to spin us in this vortex of change into a higher degree of consciousness than we could possibly even imagine. Is the ride going to be easy? No. But we're going to trust the process. Trust the process. Wow, that was fun. I do feel like I'm kind of going through this vortex right now. So we got a lot of comments coming in. Away with the fairies. Yes, that's where I would like to be. We've got love the movie. You need to rewatch it. Yes, it is a great movie. Yes, all your safeties got you this far, but they will not get you the next level. We're leveling up. They won't get you when you're in this vortex place. They will not. We got to let go of those. See, it's okay. I forgive you for what you didn't know then. Thank you for making your love palpable, evident, and real. Oh, that's a nice thing to say to your daddy if that's what you want to say. There is no right or wrong. Say what you need to say, release, express. You know, you don't need to say it, obviously, to them. My father has passed away, so I can't. But, you know, I could certainly, like, talk to the heavens and be like, yo, I got once or two things to say about this. Okay. Next up, we're going to hop into the Work Your Light Oracle and see what is coming up for us here. Please, Spirit, bring us some light, please. Illuminate, 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 illuminate. What is it that we need to see? Ooh, that's way too many cards. That's too many. There's one. Do we have another one? Everything's been in twos so far. I'm going to take that one. Twos. Okay. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So first, yes, balance. Remember I talked about at the beginning, we're breaking cycles and we're breaking out of like the old safeties. So for a lot of us, our safety was in doing, cleaning, organizing, micromanaging, making journal entries, creating calendars, color coordinating everything, maybe some, flags and tabs on things. And what Spirit is saying to us now is we need to take a break. You need to balance some of the masculine energy with some of the feminine energy, which is rest, restore, replenish, heal. This is a beautiful kind of vibe. You can see water in the background. It's kind of like a spa-scape. It kind of reminds me of Bath, as in in England, there's a place called Bath. And in Bath, there's these sacred bathing waters. And I myself had a sacred bathing bath earlier with some, Epsom salts and some rose oil to bring in some feminine energy. And so, yes, let's cleanse. Let's take a break. Let's slow down. Even slow down how much we're walking. This is what I've been challenged to do lately. Spirit, every time I'm out walking, Spirit's move slower. Go slower. And the reason for this is we're supposed to be moving into the inner temple. Okay, so devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. So yes, lots of things happening on the heartscape. Oh my God, lots of things have been happening on the heartscape. Lots of grief is what has been processed for me, and I believe the collective is up on that. So we need to cleanse and purify and really bring in some maternal and feminine and light and nurturing and all of these types of energies to bring back some kindness, some care. Right? So that we use the masculine energy to protect us wherever we are so that we can be in these much more subtle energies. And I love this deck because it's all pinks and purples and just lovely colors, right? We want to head up into a much more serene state of being, cultivating inner peace. And we cannot do that if we are on the outside looking out going, I need to do this and I need to do laundry and oh my God, this is piling up and that's piling up and I need to make this phone call and I need to do that. It'll all get done in divine time, in divine way. So if you're not getting done as much as you used to get done, understand probably what you used to get done was a trauma response. That's one of those safeties. I feel safer in my environment when it's clean. I feel safer when I'm moving through life and everything's organized. Okay. So next up, I'm pulling from my new deck, the Tarot for Kids Oracle. That there's one coming out. Ooh, the Magician in reverse. Since we're doing twos, shall we do a second one? See anything? I love this because there's like all these beautiful flowers. They're not roses though. They're like peonies. There we go. Oh, we've got 3. Whatever. We'll take them all. We'll take them all. They're all in reverse, mind you. So tarot decks, other as opposed to oracle decks, have reversal meanings as opposed to things. So we're not, we're getting a little bit of messages here. So we're not fully in our magician state. Like, look at her. Like, woo, I got the power. So she's got all of her tools, this and that, but we're still in a process of cultivating a little bit more practice is required, and where that practice is the previous cards. So as we are in a more quiet, subdued, meditative state, going into the inner temple, our magician is going to be able to step forth and start creating a whole lot more magic. We can't force the magic, right? So the beginning card that we started with was the more you try to force it, the harder it fucking gets. So magician in reverse is saying you cannot force an alchemic process. You cannot force the transmutation to go by faster. You cannot, force nature to go from being a tadpole to a frog any faster than it goes. Same with a caterpillar into a butterfly. It takes the time that it takes. So trust the process, that this is what is happening for us. We are cultivating a greater degree of, working on that divine feminine energy and balancing the masculine energy so that we can be in balance of these both, and we want to have a greater degree of strength coming in. So we also have strength coming in a reversed, and this it's interesting because being a kids deck, the strength card is usually like battling like this lion that's like and the mouth open, and this is much more like cuddly and gentle and spending time. So strength isn't always force. It's the actual opposite of strength. The strength is vulnerability, is being comfortable in the ickier stuff. It's comfortable in the emotions. It's comfort, and it's being strong through the weak moments, and nurturing oneself in the weak moments is what like gentle, soft. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, little kitty. Meow. Not like, I'm gonna like beat you down, you lion. This lion's all tame and is coming up for some cuddles, and then we have the hermit energy still alive and present in us, the mastery in our isolation, tank that is for our own divine good. We're in this like little box here. There's only space for one, just like the caterpillar. You don't go in with all your caterpillar buddies. You go in by yourself because this process is transforming you into something else. So the hermit is just keep doing what you're doing. Yes, you might feel lonely. Yes, you might be physically on your own. It's not forever. It is part of the process. There is movement involved. She's moving along. And it looks like she's like almost out the other side, but not quite. She's still in this like container. That container is for her own safety and her own well-being. Okay? So if you're feeling alone, don't worry. Some of that strength is required to just keep going. Just keep going. It's okay to be on your own. This is our transformation and moving us into that divine white swan. We're in this alchemic process. We're in the middle of it somewhere. It might feel gooey. It might feel icky. It might feel uncomfortable. And that's okay. All of those things are okay. Let's move next into the Shadow and Light Oracle. because we're not afraid to go into the shadows because we're warriors. Let's read some. We got some butterflies happening in the chat. You cannot will it into being. Align with your will the way. Yes, well, it's more putting your will kind of down because it's using your will to not use your will. To say, I surrender, I surrender, I surrender. Hallelujah! Welcome, heart, and welcome to strength, and softness is strong when you can remain there. Absolutely. Hello, Juanita. I'm alone and it's so good. I'm dancing through it. That's nice. It's always good to dance. I use lots of music for my transformation. I have many, many playlists on the You Movement on Spotify. You can hop on in there. Oh, we still have some fears and anxieties coming up. Yeah. Interesting. So I'm going to show you this one. I just want to look at that because it does kind of feel very much, interestingly, like a lot of the energy that I've been feeling lately, which is like a chest full of shrapnel. Right? So on our life as an ugly duckling, when we thought we were an ugly duckling, we went through life trying really desperately to fit into places that we didn't necessarily belong. And when we were there, we experienced a lot of traumatic events, bullying, betrayal, hurts, pains, shocks to the system. And this resulted in like energetically being hit with buckshot, either in our backs or in our fronts of like, oh, I can't take any more drama. Why is this happening to us? And so there's a lot of stuff, a lot of energy. We've got some like, this yellow over here is like, energy, frenetic energy coming in. And we have like all these kind of like dents and stuff, just stuff. We need to clear out the stuff, the fears, the anxieties. And unfortunately, the way to do that is to feel it, is to acknowledge it, is to be in it, is to process through it. It's not to run from it. And that's why we are hermited, is so that we're gifted this time alone to do the inner work that requires strength for us to face all of this stuff so we can be the magician and transmute it ourselves, healing ourselves, going through this process of self-healing and healing the mummy wounds, the daddy wounds, the childhood, inner child wounds, everything else. So it's like cleaning out the inner temple. So the more we see the time that has been given to us as a gift, even though it might feel like, no, I don't like it, it is actually a gift. It's a gift of for us to take a break, to slow down, to go into the inner places and face some of the challenges for the first time it's in our lives, to put down the coping strategies, to expose ourselves, to derobe, to bathe in these beautiful waters and cleanse ourselves clean, right? Because that's how we go through the process of releasing the fears and the anxieties, is to see them. It's not to pretend they don't exist. That's not going to work for us. Let's go into the dark mirror and see maybe what some of the fears and the anxieties are about. Spirit, can you give us a little bit more information on what specific fears, and because there's so many. That one wants to come out right away. The child I was meant to be. I recently had somebody ask or say to me, I didn't ask for this. And I don't mean to laugh because, on an egoic level, none of us really asked for this. Okay. But on a soul level, we completely asked for this. We signed up for this. So we did. But in this process of taking time to go within and do the healing work, we have to acknowledge the child that we were meant to be, okay? What we should have been, the way our life should have been. You know, I should have had a mom that rocked me in a rocking chair and stroked my hair and told me that I was beautiful and told me that I was lovable. I should have had that. I deserved that. And so now we acknowledge that and go, yeah, you should have had that. You should have had that childhood. You should have had that. And then we go in a little bit deeper and we're like, I should have had the father that like stuck around, that didn't fuck up and like leave. And because he left and got himself into his own trouble, made it so that I had to go into the Children's Aid Society and be adopted. That was a failure on his part. I should have had a father. Yeah, you should have. You should have had a father. I should have had a father that like protected me and kept me safe and cultivated me and, you know, said, I'm proud of you, and said, you know, you can do it. I believe in you. There is growth, you know. I should have had parents that boosted my self-confidence, my ability, my knowing. I should have had all of that. Why didn't I should have had spirit, a better connection to spirit. Why did I have to have all of those lies told to me? You know, they put me in this religion, or they kept me away from that religion, or whatever it was, whatever the stories are. I should have had. And so what we're going to do is we're going to honor our inner child. We're going to, we're acknowledge and listen to our inner child, whine and complain a little bit, so that those anxieties and those fears, we get to the root of them and understand, you know, well, why do I have low self-esteem? Why do I tolerate things that I shouldn't tolerate? Why do I have a problem with boundaries? Why do I, for us to understand the why, we need to get to the root of the problem. She's holding this little like growth thing here, this tree, you know, why? It's also a very weird outfit she's wearing. Numbers, we got card number 8 coming up. We've got card number 26. We've got 9. We've got another 8. We've got 1. So those are some of the numbers for my number folks out there. Yes. Her outfit just, it reminds me of like a really creative inner child that just wants to be weird. Well, why can't I be weird? Why can't I do what I want? Why can't I wear my Spider-Man outfit to school? I want to. Why can't I grow differently than other people and be my unique self? So all of these questions is helping us get to the root of the problem, which is asking, you know, what was my inner child meant to be? And then we go, oh, you mean I get to be it now? When you integrate the child, the wounded child, back into you, you get to be it now. And that's where this expansive growth comes from, is integrating that child and understanding my home is me. My home is my inner child. That's my power. That's my superpower. So I'm going to take a break from the ego and I'm going to go into the inner temple so I can have a conversation with this little girl or little boy and say, what was it that you wanted to have that nobody gave you? I'm going to give it to you now. I'm going to let you be weird. I'm going to let you be wonderful. I'm going to let you garden. I'm going to let you create. I'm going to let you be an artist. I'm going to let you sing, even if it's singing out of tune. I'm going to let you whine. I'm going to let you cry. I'm going to let you express yourself. I'm not going to shut you down anymore. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do what you, I'm going to understand what you should have got, and I'm going to give it to you now. Them fighting words. I feel like Scrappy. See, there we go. Now we got Scrappy-Doo coming in going, I'm gonna save the day. Nobody can mess with me. Yeah, we're gonna like let our inner child have a voice. Let our inner child express herself. And that will build the confidence. That will build the solar plexus area. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone who's joining. Okay, let's go into the flower realm. Since we're growing things, we're growing ourselves in this weird and wonderful outfit. We're going to go jump. Oh, there we go. Let's have two. We're going to jump in puddles and get muddy. I'm going to make some origami. Somebody needs to make some origami. Her dress looks like origami. Okay, so next up in the flower world, so we've got the language of flowers. The language of flowers is speaking to us now, boys and girls. All right, let's grow some flowers, shall we now? Ooh. Okay, so we've got cyclamen coming in, which is asking us to get into an energy of resignation. I resign myself to accept the fact that this is what it is. And I am responsible for me. I can resign myself. So this is a lot like surrender, resignation. It's like waving the white flag and going, okay, universe. Okay, I get it. You don't want me to be there. You don't want me to be with him. You don't want me to do this. You don't want me to do that. I resign myself to acceptance. Say goodbye to what you no longer need. And this is where all that grief is, energetically, right now, is everybody is saying goodbye to some shit. Shit we didn't want to say goodbye to. We kind of liked it. It had some good things. It's not nice to say goodbye to things. This is challenging us. But when we resign to it, when we accept, when we release, when we allow, we get into a place of trusting that what is not meant for us is leading us to what is. But we just don't know what that is. So it's like, but I'm saying goodbye and I don't have something to replace it right yet. And my inner child's activated and I'm scared. It's okay. It's okay to feel all of the feels. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We've got another message coming in. So I love it when there's double messages of strength coming in. So that's twice we've had strength. And remember, strength does not mean like, I'm going to be strong and I'm going to push my way through this. No, it means I'm going to let myself cry and be vulnerable and it's going to be okay. I'm going to be strong when I'm like, the Peruvian lily, strength. More effort will get you what you want. What does that mean? Because we've had the message, take a break. So more effort doesn't mean more effort on the outside, not pushing harder. More effort in the inner realm means allowing. Allowing the tears to fall. Allowing the inner child to have a temper tantrum. I recently discovered, okay, so weirdly, I have a bunch of people's stuff in my garage because apparently my garage is where people store stuff. And in my garage, my brother dropped off a whole bunch of stuff a while back, and now I'm to go through it because I'm selling my house. And in it, I discovered an old box of plates that belonged to my mother. Inner child activated and goes, I know what I want to do with those. Yes. So I am going to take that box of plates to a rage room and I'm going to smash the shit out of them. Because that's what my inner child wants to do. And it will be very cathartic and releasing. And I'm going to allow myself to release. So effort doesn't have to look like endurance, tolerating, or like sucking it up. No, it means letting it out, letting it free, letting yourself express. So yes, have some strength to do the thing that you kind of want to do. That inner child, that inner teenager, let it come out and play. Okay, so we've got a rage room here in Cambridge, and I'm going to go there, I'm going to smash those little plates with the stupid little flowers, and I'm going to enjoy every single second of it. And my child's going to be jumping for joy, going, I was more valuable than those bloody plates. Ah! Yes. So I like that coming out. Let's move next into the wisdom of the hidden realms. What is hidden to us right now? What is still in shadow? Spirit, please. Garden naked. Oh, I would love to garden naked, darling, except I live in row houses, and at least, 12 neighbors would see that, and nobody needs to see that. Nobody needs to see that. Although in my investigating and looking for places to live, I discovered there's a nudist colony nearby that there were available housing on. And I actually considered it for a hot minute. I was like, well, it's very cheap to buy these houses in this nudist colony. And then I was like, I don't think so. Again, nobody needs to see that. Nobody needs to see that. Oh, yes. Okay, so we've got a couple more things. We've got another double message coming in here. We have the Eagle King. Okay, the Eagle King, the big picture angelic help, card number 12 coming in. I like this. Okay, so we've got the Eagle King wanting us to take a step back. If we're really caught up into the story, the Eagle King is asking us to have a bird's eye view of what is coming into us, and see that, even though in the up close, in the 3D, in the here and now, this is a really shitty, horrible situation, I'm not liking it, whether it's the loneliness, whether it's the loss, whether it's the inner child work, whether it's the fears. When I take a step back, and as many steps back as I can, and I get myself into my highest self, or I get myself into an angelic perspective, dear Spirit, please help me see, help me understand, help me get clarity. Then we go, oh, they're just another teacher. This is just another lesson. I get it. I get it now. I get it. And it's okay to grieve the losses and grieve the situations that you're in, but anything that is happening is helping to align us up into what is coming next. You can't move into the next while you're still holding on to the old. There's no space in your hand. If I've got something in my hand, I don't have space to grab something else. So we have to let go and put down the things that aren't working for us, and that's not easy, so that we can free up, and then we go, okay, I can understand why this loss had to happen. This is a lesson in boundaries. This is a lesson in protecting myself. This is a lesson in surrender. This is a lesson in trusting the process. This is what these lessons are. I get it now. And I love, because double message again, we have the resting tree, patience and stillness. Okay, so we've had a couple times now, take a break, a life's work, not a season. So we've got this resting tree, and look at her, okay? This is very much the vibe. So she's just curled up and nestled in, and she's like, okay, I got to endure what I got to endure in this. She's not in the emotions. She's above the water. She is protected and in this safe place, but it's like, I got to take care of this little girl, I got to take care of her. I got to keep myself warm and safe. I got to be, taking care of myself. Card number 22, the resting tree. I think that's beautiful imagery that's coming in there, and I feel the vibe of it. Okay, so if you're not already doing grounding work through your awakening, this is also a reminder to get out and get grounded. Okay, so whether that be lying in stillness in the grass, going to your local park and sitting by a tree, going for a walk in nature, sitting by a pond and watching the dragonflies hop, skip, and a jump everywhere, taking naps wherever you can and whenever you can, slowing down. So this is your challenge this week, okay? I've been talking about aligned walking for 4 flipping years, right? I want everybody to go out and do some aligned walking this week. Only walk as slow as you can as a moving meditation. So the purpose is not, I'm trying to lose weight, I'm trying to move this and that. What it is get yourself into perfect alignment and walk as slow as you can. Because when you tell the body, we are moving slowly now, what the body is going to interpret that as is, oh, I can down regulate my nervous system and put it into neutral instead of having it like a race car full speed ahead. I can be safe here now. Okay, so that's the challenge. Please report back to me how you get on with your slow walking. Okay, so aligned walking, perfect posture, as slow as you can. It's going to feel weird. Go do it. Do it. I'll do it too. And you tell me, you either come back and comment on this video or you come into the Spiritual Warriors support group and you'll be like, whoa, I did some slow walking today and this is what I got out of it. It was so cool. Okay, so share the slow walking challenge and what you got out of it as a movement meditation. I want to see. I want to know. I want to know. I'm challenging you. That's what I am. Okay, so that is our reads today. I'm going to review, and while I'm reviewing, if you would like an individual card pulled for you, put it into the chat now. Now's the time to do that. So where we started with is to trust the fucking process, okay? The more you try to force it, the harder it fucking gets. Release, allow, just fucking trust. We're going to connect into more abundant energy by looking around as we're slow walking, okay? So we're out doing our movement, aligned walking, meditation, and I want you to observe while you're doing it all the things that are abundant around you. All the leaves on the trees, all the grass, all the things that you can't count, okay? I can't count how many blades of grass there are. Oh my God, that's abundant. I can't count how much air there is. That is abundant. I can't count how many droplets of water there is that I'm watching as I'm walking by this stream. That is abundant. Connect into abundance energy. We're going to remind ourselves that wherever we are on this journey, you are in mission. You're doing it. You're doing it here and now. There is no like destination that you need to get to. You are there now. This is part of where you're doing it. And part of where you're doing it is like in this like, so let go of the safeties. The safeties is what's making the ride more bumpy. What are the safeties? You're smoking, you're drinking, your sugar, your trauma bonds, whatever it is. If you need help letting go of your safeties, the coping strategies and mechanisms that you used in ego life, and you're trying to get into soul life, then and you need some help, book a one-on-one with me and we discuss some of the ways you can like clear out some of the old coping strategies. Take a break, slow down, go inside the inner temple. Because inside there, we are doing magician work, okay? We are alchemizing. We are being strong in our vulnerability. We are softening that kitty cat. We're not like going out and attacking anyone. We're finding strength in the vulnerability. If we are alone, it is a gift. It is a gift that is provided to us so that we can go through this transformation process and face each fear and anxiety and heal this shit for the first time ever. Let's actually heal it. We're not going to repress it anymore. We're going to let it surface so we can see it and heal it. We're going to have lots of conversations with our inner child and say, it's okay to be weird, darling. It's okay to express yourself. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, fuck this, I'm done. It's okay. It's okay. Because we're resigning ourselves to what was done wasn't what was good enough for us, and now we're going to accept better. So we're going to let go, and we're going to say goodbye to everything that isn't in our highest and greatest good, even though we liked some of it. It was nice. I enjoyed smoking for the many years that I did, and now we're like, no, okay, I don't need that no more. I don't need that shit no more. I want to be healthy. I want to breathe. Okay, we are also going to, strength again, coming in to remind us that the effort that is required is the sitting in it and experiencing it, in stepping back and looking at it from a bird's eye view of like being in higher self, in soul. What is the lesson? What am I trying to learn? What is the struggle? There's something deeper going on at play here. I want to know. Spirit, show me, Spirit, show me. And we're going to rest and ground and be in feminine energy as much as we possibly can. Okay, we've got... I'd love to get naked in the grass. Falls into the same category of the 12 neighbors that would probably be like, nobody needs to see that. Nobody needs to see that. We've got... Mahalo Nui card wants to come to me. Perfection. I'm not sure what that means. But Jessica would like a card. Anybody else that would like a card, let me know. We've got Jessica coming in. And Jessica, I already pulled aside because I knew that I needed to do a card from the Angels Oracle. So you're getting a message from the Angels, which already came up in today's read, if the Eagle King is asking us to look towards the angels. So this one's going out. Magic reversed is not reversed. We're going in inner magic. Yes. Thank you. Annie would also like a card. Anyone else like cards? Now's the time. Leo would like a card. Hello, Leo. Welcome. Choices, Jessica. When you worry about decisions, it means your mind is trying to control your life. And that results in choices made from your ego. Your angel guidance is to consider and evaluate all the options, then let go of your head and choose from your heart. That which gives you the greatest joy and feels right. Do not act from foolish impulse, however, rather from divinely prompted inspiration. So don't move until you have an inspiration to move. Make choices for the highest good. Remember that if something is not for your highest good, it is certainly not for the highest good of those around you. Very interesting. That really ties into my last two videos talking about manifestation. I think manifestation part 2, I was talking about, the highest and greatest good of everyone. So anyone who hasn't watched that video, I highly recommend you check those videos out. Let go of the false feeling of responsibility for others and choose with wisdom. Become still. So that's now 3 times we've been told to get still. And attune to your soul. Ask your angels for guidance and help. Then, from your point of deep inner stillness, make your choices easily and spontaneously. Affirm, I choose from my highest good. I choose from my highest good. I like that. That is beautiful. Okay, so we had Annie say she wants to, and I'm going to pull, because this is a new deck, and I haven't even, other than pulling for myself, I haven't pulled for anyone. I'm pulling from, and it's falling apart. It was a used thing, but it was so beautiful. The artwork is so lovely. And I believe, Annie, you said you wanted to be away with the fairies earlier in this conversation, so we're going to go away with the fairies, is what we're going to do. The artwork in this deck is lovely. Oh, and interesting, the deck is I think the artwork is Jessica. Jessica. Okay, so there we go. We just had a Jessica. And so here we go. Away with the fairies. Could I please get a message for Annie, please? Means mahalo nui lo. Oh, we've got 2. Thank you very much. Interesting. And we've got a Tara coming in too that would like a card. Okay. Okay. Oh, we've got too many. Way too many. Way too many. Could I please get a single card for Annie, please? Okay. You've got the numbers 3. Keeps coming up for you. 3, 3. 3, 3, 3. The Sage. Ooh, card number 19. So we had the Magician already. We have the Sage now coming in, so that's kind of a double meaning. Look at that. That's beautiful. So the Sage has the ability to see things from a different perspective, sitting back and observing from a higher's point of view. This is really connecting into the Eagle King. I'm liking this card. There's wisdom in this character here, connecting to the natural world. Interestingly, the art in this is like one eye is kind of clouded. In this, I don't know if you can see that, you know, one eye is very clear and then one eye is very clouded. So it's like what I'm getting from this is you've got one eye in the 3D world of what's happening and one eye in the spiritual world, what's happening. So you're seeing things from a multi-dimensional perspective, which gives you a higher vantage point, which can in fact mean that you're pulled away from a lot of people because they're like a little bit intimidated by that energy of being, you know, that connected in to the spiritual realm. So let's see what the book has to say. I want to go there. I want to go into this very... Oh, it's raining crystals. It's raining crystals 19. Let's go in. Let's see what the Sage has to say to us. I'm not going to read all of it because it's crazy length of time. The Sage is also a shaman, so you could be on a shaman's initiation. Not all wise men are shamans, and not all shamans are wise men. But this one is both. Power informed by wisdom, and wisdom made manifest by power. This is also the face of Father Time, and we see the colors of the seasons surrounding him. Sometimes he is Old Man of the Mountains, the hermit who searches within for wisdom and understanding, and then is willing to share it with any true seeker who comes to him. His blind eye enables him to look into other worlds and other realms and wisdom buried deep within each of us, where the singers dwell. He has reached a stage of life where he has let go of many of the activities of younger beings and retreated somewhere from the outer world of fairy, and has become more deeply immersed in the inner landscapes of knowledge, inner vision, contemplation, and spirit. On the exterior, he lives simply, almost austerely, but his inner world is filled to overflowing with richness. In order to pursue his studies more thoroughly, the Sage has cultivated detachment. Some may see this as remoteness or coldness, but he is no less loving for that. The Sage finds an inner connections between everything. He sees the connections, relationships, and consequences between seemingly separate ideas, beings, and things. And then it goes on to say, love and compassion are inevitably consequences of seeing truly. So that's a very beautiful card to come in, and you know, I hope that resonates with you, is bringing in, I'm stepping into my power of being a shaman, of being a wise one, of being a seer. And this is where we are all heading on this transmutation process, is we're cultivating our own ability. So even if this isn't individually pulled for you, as I said, we're a collective. So any card pulled for one becomes can resonate with everybody. We are being pulled into this role, this sage energy, the archetype of the sage coming in. So that's a beautiful card. I had one here. I think it was Leo. Let me go back. Yes, Leo. Leo. Where am I drawn to, Leo? I'm drawn to the Dragon Kingdom, Leo, for you. So I'm going to hop on in here to the Dragon world and see what the dragons have to say to us. I've been getting messages. Dragon energy is getting more and more activated. Interesting. Let's go here. Oh, you were laughing at my comment. Yes, I want to be away with the fairies. I want to be with this fairy here, the sage. Hang out with him. You want those fairy cards now. Yes, here it is. The Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud and Jessica Macbeth. Working with the fairies to find insight, wisdom, and joy. I thought the artwork was absolutely stunning, and it was like, oh my God, I needed to have it. I was like, I need it now. It's beautiful artwork. Leo, we've got Air Chalice. So interesting, we were already talking about air. It was one of the first cards. I don't know if you were with us at the beginning, looking at abundance and how much abundance there is air. So also air is heart chakra. Also, air is moving through and clearing out. So some things that can be coming up right now can be clearing out grief, clearing out and heart expansions happening as we move into like a more abundant energy within this realm to open us up into the higher heart chakra. So the air chalice is like holding space for yourself in a way. So I don't know if you do breath work, but this definitely is saying do breath work. If you don't already do breath work, do breath work. I have a breath work playlist. Now, it's not my breath work. I'm not leading it, but it's breath works that I have done. And there is a gentleman by the name of Breathe with Sandy. And, oh, wow. Powerful, powerful things. So if you're wanting to shift and clear some of the things in the heart space, in that chakra region, air-wise, breath work would be very powerful. A means to get you more grounded into a place of inner strength and stability, and that goes for everybody. So if people are working on heart chakra stuff right now and experiencing a lot of grief, hop into the breathwork playlist and find some breathwork, try it out, leave a comment, let me know how you get on with that. Very stuff we need to clear out. Also, I'm going to throw in this because we've been talking a lot in today's read about letting go of old coping strategies that are no longer working for us. So if people are still we need to replace that with air. And so I have a lot of videos in the Let Go playlist, an addictions playlist on letting go of smoking. And smoking, that means I'm going to go after all kinds of smoking. I don't care what you're smoking. If you're smoking cigarettes, if you're vaping, if you're smoking tobacco, weed, whatever it is that you're smoking is still a coping strategy. And so on your spiritual awakening, eventually spirit is going to be like, you got to let this go. It works for a period of time until it doesn't. So I'm not judging anybody. It's not about judgment. It's about if you're still holding on to some coping strategies and struggling with those, for our heart region to be in the best alignment and balance and shape and healing, we need to learn to cultivate utilizing our breath as a means, as a tool for mastery over the body. A lot of people use sacred medicines as a tool to help them get high vibe, to help them clear out, to help them do all these types of things. Well, did you know that you have the capacity to make your own DMT? You don't need it made from somebody else and then you need to swallow it. You can make your own. With amazing breath work and breathwork holds that are really interesting, fabulous breathworks. You do a whole bunch of breathing that stimulates the nervous system and opens all your channels up, and then you do a breath hold, and then you squeeze and you send all the energy up into the mind, into the pineal gland, and boom, your third eye opens. And that's a whole bunch of fun. So, you want to start playing around with some ways to cultivate abundance in connection to air as a medicine. Air is one of the best medicines out there. Obviously, clean air is the best of all. So yes, get out and breathe, Leo, breathe. I hope that resonates with you. Somebody else, there was a Tara. There was a Tara way back here. A Tara. Tara is a priestess. You're a priestess, my darling. So we will pull from a priestess deck. And I think that's everybody, unless there's anybody else that I haven't pulled a card for and would like a card. Speak now or forever hold your peace. So we will. Yes. Moving in for Tara. Okay, so many comments I can barely keep up. Oh, and Tara's just jumped right out. Tara, are you having some conflicts going on? We've got the card coming up of hostilities, conflict, and unrest. So I like this because she's kind of standing in her power, and I don't really see this as a surrendered kind of she's kind of conjuring up a protective stance of no, I'm not going to take it anymore. Is kind of the vibe that she's giving off. And look at this lovely kind of panther energy of back off. I can stand in my power and I can speak my truth, and I can do so with a degree. So if you're having some conflicts in some relationships, and the lesson here is really bringing about your own sense of empowerment, standing in your own power, utilizing your voice calmly, rationally, not getting caught in. Unfortunately, for a lot of people that are on this healing path, is we get embroiled into these life lessons with people that are a little bit and each one of those it is a teacher. It's no different than two martial arts people coming up and judo people coming up onto the mat, and they go, yeah, okay, and they do their little fight, and then they go, thank you for the life lesson, now I'm gonna learn. So what's coming up is I don't like how this vibe feels. I don't dig it. I don't like how you're talking to me. I don't like how you're not talking to me. I don't like whatever it is. You're not liking something. And it's okay not to like things. It's okay to have hostilities. Those are good energies to have, because it's your nervous system and your body saying to you, I don't belong here. So when something feels ick, feels off, feels irritating, feels frustrating, feels angering, unfortunately for a lot of us, our anger, has been repressed. That program anger, don't do that. You shouldn't do that. And when we repress our anger, we repress our sacred ability to move away from situations that aren't in resonance for us. And so we've had this come up in multiple cards already, and I'm going to go back into the Flower Oracle, which talked about resignation. Say goodbye to what you no longer need. Whatever's on the outside of this, you no longer need. You don't need it. You don't need the frustration. You don't need the anger. You don't need the insecurity. You don't need whatever it is that's like triggering emotion in you. And this is asking you to like stand in your power and put up boundaries, potentially walk away from something that requires a little bit of movement. So go slow walking and slow walk your way away from whatever this is, because whatever this is trying to communicate for you that you deserve better, that your inner child deserves better. This could be like triggering an inner child wound right now as that comes up. So I don't know if that resonates with, oh, she's saying, yes, this card fits with me exactly right now. Yes. So anger is a good thing. Sacred rage is an incredible thing. Hatred is very good. I'm a very big promoter of the anger hatred, because hatred says, you know, think of it this way, right? When an animal, you know, goes and is wandering around and finds a pile of dung, right? And sniffs it and goes, ew, I don't want it. And so the animal has the common sense to go, I'm not going to make my nest right here. It stinks. Something's off. I don't like it. I'm gone. But humans have been like indoctrinated from the time that they were young children to tolerate things we shouldn't tolerate. And so it's like, I need to sleep right beside this shit. It stinks. I don't like it. I don't. Right? So then we get hostile. We're like, why am I here? Right? So this is to tell us, you know, these energies are to tell us, get up and walk away. Get into alignment and walk away. Perfect there. So there we go. That is today's read for everybody. Again, at the beginning of the chat, if you would like to donate a cup of tea to help me, help support me on my channel, there's a link to that at the beginning of the chat. If you want to donate a new Oracle deck, there's a link to that at the beginning of the chat. There are supers, there are memberships. I appreciate all which ways that you can to support the channel's growth. The likes, the shares, the subscriptions, all the rest. Thank you, and thank you. I am sending you all my absolute love. If anybody wants to book a private Oracle read with me, reach out and let's get that on the books. I do half-hour short Oracle reads. Otherwise, I do like hour-long Oracle blended with like intuitive counseling with a little bit of this and a little bit of that if you're wanting some light language in there as well. So just reach out and let me know what service and what it is that you're looking for, so I can be clear, and we'll get it on the books. If you have any questions, comments, opinions, I look forward to reading them, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for showing up. And I'm sending you all my love on this bumpy, intense journey. Yes. Peace. In.